Here's Herbert. And this is caught. First catch for Keenan Allen. And getting this just shy of midfield. They'll spot it at the 49. Herbert with a connection to Allen for a Charger first down.
That was a fun one to watch right there. Nice in-breaking route and plenty of room in the middle of the field. And he was able to get behind the linebackers and grab the completion for a really good pickup.
All right, rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. Picked off by Pat Surtain. And the Broncos are going to get this back to their own 34-yard line. That throw, Charles, over the middle of the field, and a few too many bodies in there got picked.
That's a normal situation, too, isn't it? No matter how hard you try and spread the field sometimes, there's always going to be a traffic jam, it feels like, towards the middle. And if there's any type of a missed throw, or maybe the ball's tipped, or just too many bodies in the area, an interception can result.
From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. They begin the drive with Williams. And he'll lose yardage. Brought down at the 32. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's 2nd down.
Well, you had to punt on your first drive, and on the first play of the second drive, you end up going backwards. I would dare say they need something good to happen right here, right now.
Now on 2nd and 13. Wilson. Chargers able to get the pressure and bring him down. They'll wind up losing a full 9 yards here on the sack. Now it's 3rd down. Well, it was 2nd long. Now it's 3rd and even longer. They're going in the wrong direction here.
Because they're moving exactly the way they want to, but you're exactly right. Definitely going in the wrong direction for the offensive guys.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. They're going for Hamler, but this is intercepted. Picked off by Nasir Adderley. And they will finally get him, but not until he's all the way down inside the 15-yard line.
And I think this is a situation where quarterback coach on the sideline is going to talk to a signal caller and say, listen, it's 3rd and long, and it's still early in the game. Let's not force things here. If we don't feel good about it, let's just check something down and pump the football.
Running on 1st down, Eckler. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. Making that play behind the line was Justin Simmons.
That was well played there defensively. 2 tight ends in the formation, which essentially gave him 7 blockers up front. Hard to imagine with all that size and beef that they could let a tackler through, but that's exactly what happened. A loss resulted.
And that's good for a gain of 6. And all of a sudden here, it's 3rd down. That's a staple of this offense. Drag route to the tight end.
Yeah, he was unable to use his size to break off much more yardage after the catch, but still an effective gain nonetheless.
Going to throw on 3rd down with Herbert. And he's got his man. It's caught. Touchdown, Chargers. Austin Eckler, his 4th touchdown on the year. And the Chargers use the early turnover to get on the board first here in this one. Hopkins with the extra point, and that makes the score 7-0. Following the touchdown, Dustin Hopkins will kick it away. This is going to be returned from the middle of the end zone. And in hindsight, probably should have taken a knee as he only gets this out to the 16-yard line. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. And they dipped a game below 500 following the loss last week. And you get the sense that maybe this team's at a little bit of a crossroads here.
Yeah, I think that's a really good way to put it, because what's that old malaprop? If you come to a fork in the road, take it. Because this crew, they're losing ground fast. They've got to start winning some ball games. And the good teams, they're starting to separate themselves, and these guys are being left behind.
So after the incompletion on 1st, now 2nd and 10. From the shotgun, Wilson. He's got his 6'5" receiver. That's Tim Patrick. 9 yards, not quite enough, and they'll be left now with 3rd and 1. So they just need 1 yard here to pick up the first down. They'll try and run it. Here's Gordon. And he's able to pick up the first before he's taken down at the 27. Now a timeout called for by the defense. And that's their second charge timeout here in this first quarter. They're down to 1 remaining. Throwing now, Wilson on first down. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
They're bringing a lot of pressure here already in the first quarter. Already sacked him once. How they get in there and knock another one away. You think maybe that Tucker rule being gone makes defenses a lot bolder?
Yes, indeed. That time, lucky that the arm was going forward, incomplete pass. On second down, they'll run with Gordon. 4 yards the gain, and it'll bring up a 3rd down. After 1, 7-0 on EA Sports. On 3rd down tonight, just 1 for 3 thus far. This will be 3rd and 6. Now Wilson. He'll let this go deep for Sutton. And that's caught inside the 35. And all the way home for a Broncos score. I think it's fair to say there's nothing that gets a crowd to its feet quite like a big play, and that was something special there. Boy, was he moving.
Well, in this league where coordinators worry so much about drawing up the right routes, blocking assignments, misdirections and stuff, they have these precise arrows and movements. Sometimes the best plays just come from the schoolyard where you look at your fastest guy and say, go long. Go get it, big man.
And according to Next Gen Stats, his top speed on that one, better than 20 miles an hour. McManus's point after is good, and we are tied at 7. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. Joe Reed going to return it from his end zone. And no alley to be found. The coverage was solid, and he's dropped at the 18. The Charger drive about to get going. The offense coming back out here. Plenty of energy, ready to roll, looking to just add to what they have been doing after scoring a touchdown, Charles, their last time out.
And that's a great feeling to have on the sideline, partner, knowing you just won the battle against the opposing defense. And since they came off the field, I'll guarantee you all they want to do is get back out there because they know they have the upper hand on that defense right now.
So they come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. A shotgun snap for Herbert. Try to get it to Williams, but it's intercepted. Picked off by Pat Surtain. And he takes this one back into the end zone. And the Bronco defense has a touchdown.
What you just saw there, first-round talent, second year, even more success. A pick six for a touchdown.
And a great play. And it's tough for these guys, you've told me before, to adjust in the secondary as a first-year guy. So that sophomore season is big for them.
They really start to expand the playbook for them even more. Sometimes they dumb it down a little bit to make them comfortable year one. By year two, they should have all the nuances, and now they've adjusted to the speed of NFL play as well.
Showed right there. Extra point from McManus is good. And that makes the score 14-7.
Brendan McManus to kick off for Denver.
So they throw the pick six. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. Reed going to bring it out of the end zone. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback.
Take over first and 10 at their own 19-yard line.
The Charger drive about to get going. That 7-0 lead of theirs short-lived as they've now given up 2 straight touchdowns to fall behind by 7.
Yeah, but no cause for discouragement here. Yeah, they've fallen behind, but haven't they proven that they can go down and score? So what was the formula to get them down there the first time? Get back to something close to that, and maybe they get this game tied up. Well, on every play call, you realize it's not going to go for a touchdown, so a lot of your calls are setting things up for maybe later in the game, trying to establish the inside run with toughness now, hopefully get to the perimeter later, and let's face it, you could do worse than a 4-yard run on first down.
Eckler going to get it again on second down, and he can muster only a couple here to the 24.
I do know from experience that when you slow down someone's running game, you're now doing the dictating on defense, and guess what? Now you're getting ready to tee off on their quarterback because they have to throw it all the time. But you still have to be alert for the draws and other plays of that nature to make sure you don't get hurt.
Out of the gun, Herbert. Oh, hit as he throws there, incomplete.
Well, how about the coverage we just saw break out on third down? Dime defense, blanketed the field with extra defensive backs and speed, unable to find an open hole to complete that pass.
On is the punter Scott here as he gets this one away. Taken from just outside the 30. A 41-yard punt, 9 on the return. And the Broncos take over, first down and 10. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. They're starting to pull away with this one. Early on that first quarter, they didn't look so great offensively. What has changed?
Sometimes it's just a matter of doing what you plan to do better. Sometimes you just put that all together and you execute. Other times it's just a simple adjustment in your game plan, finding a spot that maybe was a little weaker than maybe you thought, and going to that. So many different things, so many different ways, but right now, you got to like what they're doing. They have put distance between themselves and their opponent.
Looking to add on here in the second quarter. Now a deep ball there on second down, but it'll wind up incomplete.
Good defensive call right there because they had someone shadowing him along his entire route. And he was right there ready to provide a hit that prevents him from making another catch to his big start.
An incomplete pass on second down. It levels things a little bit here. This is 3rd and 10. Now it's Wilson. And that's going to be incomplete. The coverage too good there. The contact popped the ball free, and it's 4th down.
That could be the stop this defense needed to get them back on track. They've been pretty well dissected by the offense here in the first half. After that possession, now they know that they can compete with this offense.
Here comes Reed. Well, on that punt, we've got a man shaken up. More from L.A. in a moment.
At their own 24-yard line.
The Charger drive about to get going. These guys definitely hoping for a better showing than their last appearance. They couldn't really even move the football much beyond the shadows of their own goalpost, Charles. We'll see if they can get a better, more sustained drive going here.
Yeah, and every team that we ever talk to says the exact same thing. When you start a drive from that deep in your own territory, the goal is a minimum of at least 2 first downs, because even if you have to punt then, you change the field position, right? You flip the field a little bit. They didn't get that done. This time they want to string together a nice drive and help themselves out.
Eckler going to get it again on second down. And he's able to take this one up to the 35-yard line. 2 yards on the pickup, and that's all they needed to move the sticks.
Exactly what they needed right there, because they needed to use the ground game to take some pressure off, because the quarterback's been struggling a little bit.
Off the play fake to Eckler, it's Herbert. Finds the open man, it's Mike Williams. And they'll get this down to around the 47-yard line.
Big play that time by Mike Williams, and it picks up a first down, and he's coming off a career-best 76 catches and 1,146 yards last season, and was rewarded with a nice extension for his efforts. Definitely hope to continue his improvement in his 6th season as a Chargers big play threat.
That's going to wind up a loss of a full 3 yards on first down.
This defense is really flown around in the first half. They've gotten to the ball carrier before they can really get started. Offense going to have to come up with something else in order to try and get this running game going.
We've hit the 2-minute mark of the second quarter, 14-7. $13 yards remaining on second down. From the 50, here's Herbert. Throw left side is hauled in by Palmer. And they're going to get this to about the 44-yard line.
It's a gain of 5. Brings up 3rd and 7.
And the line to gain here is the 37 on third down. Herbert now. And for the 3rd time here in this half, it's intercepted. Picked off by Kareem Jackson. And the Broncos are going to take over here at their own 22-yard line. A nightmare of a first half for him. That's now 3 interceptions. But Charles, with his talent, if anyone can shake this off and right the ship, it's him.
I agree, because you don't get to be one of the best quarterbacks in the league without developing some major mental toughness. So I expect him to go to the locker room at halftime, hit the reset button, and come out a new guy in half number 2.
They'll start the drive with a run by Gordon. It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4.
And there we saw one of the downsides of blitzing during a rundown, because sometimes you get out of your gaps. You don't fit the run quite as well because you're headed towards the ball carrier with abandon.
14, on second down and 4. Wilson. That's checked down to Gordon. And he'll be out of bounds across the 30-yard line. A gain of 5, good enough for the first down. And a good quarterback facing zone coverage. If he has just a little bit of time to survey the scene, that's what's going to happen.
No doubt about it. If there's no pressure, he's going to continue to pick them apart, because he'll have all that time to find someone open downfield. You can only cover for so long. So maybe they want to go to a zone blitz scheme, get a little bit more pressure. Remember when Carolina did that against Denver? They lost the game ultimately. They dropped the defensive end out, and he ended up with an interception in that game in Super Bowl 50. Maybe some sort of scheme like that to try and get more pressure at the passer.
On first down, Wilson. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's second down.
He did a fine job there of not hitting it before the ball arrived, and I've got to tell you, you can often mistime that play because of the angles of approach. When you're going to get him, sometimes you panic as well and think, I've got to be there right now. Instead, in this case, timed it perfectly and knocked it free.
Wilson's throw taken in here by Patrick. And he'll be brought down just shy of the 40. Now the Broncos going to use the second of their timeouts as they stop it here with just under 40 ticks to go in this first half. A good chance this is 4-down territory if they're unable to convert. But right now looking at a 3rd and 3. Throwing is Wilson. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
The coverage keyed in on him since that last completion his way. He earned a little more attention on that route, and that made it a lot tougher to get a clean throw his way.
Fourth down, here's Wilson. And a dangerous throw there as that's knocked down and incomplete. The Broncos unable to convert here on 4th. And the Charger defense stands tall and they get the football back. Even though they didn't get it, probably the right call. Too long for a field goal and just not a whole lot to gain from a punt there.
Yeah, you wouldn't have really netted very much yardage if you pumped the ball, right? And the thing about a field goal, and you know this from so much experience, the longer the field goal, the lower it comes out off the kick, right? Which means it's got a better chance of being blocked. So you're taking a chance either way. I like the fact they went for it.
Back to the air, Herbert on 2nd down. He's airing it out for Williams. And he knocks the ball away and it falls incomplete.
A very limited time left to get into field goal range before the half, and they tried to get it all on one throw right there.
Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions. Now it's Herbert. He finds his target, Allen. And all the way in for a Charger touchdown. Keenan Allen halfway to 100 now with career touchdown number 50 on his Hopkins now for the extra point. And we've got a good one brewing. We're all knotted up at 14. This one tied at 14 now as he sends this one away. And here comes a return from a few steps into the end zone. And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped at the 23.
The Broncos take over 1st and 10 at their own 23-yard line.
The Broncos onto the field ready to start their next drive. And with 7 seconds remaining, not much time to really do anything. Sliding out of the pocket. And now this is intercepted. My goodness. Derwin James with a pick. And he will be brought down on what will be the final play of this first half. So thanks to the late touchdown, it's a time ball game here heading to break. As we are off to Orlando now to check in with Jonathan Coachman and our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach? Welcome back. Halftime over. We are ready for quarter number 3 alongside Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin. And ready to get the party started for the second half. It was an even first half, all tied on the scoreboard. Reed going to bring it out of the end zone. And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped at the 23. The Charger drive about to get going. This offense ready for the first drive of the third quarter. Well, quarters number 1 and 2 entertaining. We saw some good offense points put up, Charles, and all tied on the scoreboard.
And it sets us up for what could be a really fun second half because we've seen both sides score almost at will here in the first half. And now, here in the second half, getting the ball first, you've got to think hey, we can go out and really run our offense the way we did in the first half. But if I'm a defensive player, all I'm thinking is, can I make a play to really help out my team and break this streak of offense?
On 2nd and 9, Herbert. And for the 4th time tonight, it's an interception. Picked off by Josey Jewell. And he is going to get this one back to the 20-yard line. So an opening drive interception to begin this second half.
And just think about the time you spend in the locker room going over what you expected to do in the second half. Not the way they saw it, not the way they drew it up. You find out this is something that you can't just edit, right? There's no rewrite here. This is live, and now they've got to find a way out of this hole.
It's a good gain of 11. Sets him up 1st and goal.
On any explosive run, you can almost feel the ground shaking, and that's from the offensive linemen creating space for their runners. I had an old coach tell me before, they always told his runners, run around the offensive line in pregame. Get used to the ground shaking so you don't trip and fall when it happens in a game.
They'll try and run. This is Williams. And he is into the end zone for a Denver touchdown. Javonte Williams. His 5th rushing touchdown now on the year. And the Broncos take the forced turnover on defense and convert it into 6 points. Some good running there at the end of the drive. He had the burst that set up the 1st and goal, and then one play later, he's in the end zone.
Brandon, what I liked about that sequence is, I'm not sure who made the play call, but they understood the situation, understood the momentum. A nice hard-charging run, give it right back to him, and let him cap things off.
After the touchdown, here's McManus now to kick it away. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully.
The Chargers take over 1st and 10 at their own 21-yard line.
The Charger drive about to get going. So now, Charles, this drive maybe a touch more important, trying to erase the memory of that interception they had the last time out.
Yeah, and everyone goes through this because even the best in the game, you're going to have games where it just doesn't go right for you, and interceptions result. So, frankly, to me, it's all about how you respond, not just the types of plays that you call, but how you carry yourself, how you show your team that you're still with it, and how you continue to lead.
He'll be brought down by the Broncos. It's a sack. Finally hauled down for the first time this game. Multiple defenders in there to drop him.
Chalk that one up to bad acting, I guess, because they certainly failed to sell the handoff, and the pressure stayed keyed in on the quarterback. No Oscar awards for this offense, just a loss of yardage.
After the sack on 1st down, Herbert, he's airing it out for Williams. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete.
I know conventional wisdom says, hey, don't get it all back in one play. But sometimes you go ahead and try to. They tried to get it all back on that one. Weren't able to do so.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Justin Herbert looking to pass. And my goodness, another interception. Picked off by Kareem Jackson. And the Broncos are going to take over at their own 41. I think you and I were a little surprised back earlier in the game when he threw his 2nd interception. I mean, who would have thought a quarterback of his caliber picked now 5 times?
It's beyond stunning to me because we're used to that with maybe a quarterback with less experience or less talent. But a quarterback of his caliber, I can't believe what we've just seen.
Absolutely. If you would have told me this coming into the ballgame, I would have said never, not in a million years. But here we go. 46 yards rushing now on 8 carries for him so far.
Sometimes it's hard to believe, but there are times this game is about patience, isn't it? Has had the game he expected, but that run there, that may get him going.
I was just going to say, maybe that gives him a little juice, because you're right, he struggled, especially in that first half.
Yeah, and I know the great ones always think to themselves, just hang in there. I'm just one big carry away from busting this open. That's a good start for him.
2 yards on the carry there. It'll be 2nd down.
Certainly a nice job there by the defense rallying to the football and getting him on the ground, but I think the play gets made by the defensive front, because if they can't get upfield, their job is to go ahead and get low, almost get into a ball sometimes, stack things up, and make it difficult for the runner to find a hole.
So back-to-back plays, each get nothing. And 3rd and 8 now.
That's a nice job defensively to make sure every one was accounted for, because ordinarily you pick up the guys downfield and sometimes you forget about the running back. In this case, they did not and dropped him for no gain.
If they want it first, they need to get the football to the 32 here on 3rd down. Wilson. Got a man. It's Judy, complete. And he is out of bounds inside the 30. A 10-yard pickup, and it's enough for a Broncos first down.
I'll tell you what, a lot of those mid-range throws have been available because sometimes teams get too concerned about the deep ball and they leave too much space in front of them. And these guys have been taking advantage so far.
Now a first down carry. It's Williams to the 27-yard line.
You know that old expression, it's not my night? It hasn't been his so far. I don't know if the legs are a little bit heavy. Sometimes having to hang out all day and play doesn't exactly play to your advantage, but it's been a tough go for him.
And every time he looks up, somebody's there defensively. That was the same case on that play. The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8.
Hey, 0.
They'll stay on the ground with Williams. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. 2 runs in a row, but only 2 yards to show for it. And he got off the end there very quickly to make that play.
Yeah, it was almost like the bullet train, wasn't it? I mean, just so quick. And what a terrific play. Holding him to no gain.
Go, 14.
And with a play clock at 3, we'll get a signal and a timeout on the whistle. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn one here in this 3rd quarter. Seventh play of the drive forthcoming on 3rd and 8. Now we give up the middle to Williams. And he'll be stopped here well short of the first down at the 24-yard line. Give him 3 yards there as that'll take us to 4th down.
Gain of 3 yards. It's now 4th down.
Now Brandon McManus for the Bronco field goal. From the left hash, this will be a 41-yarder. The kick by McManus is good. So he's been automatic to this point of the season, and he connects on the field goal there.
And what a luxury it is to have a kicker you can depend upon, partner, because he hasn't missed all year long. Converts on that one as well. And kudos to you. You didn't jinx him.
After splitting the uprights, McManus to kick it away. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken.
The Chargers take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Charger drive about to get going. They're sort of seeing themselves spiral out of control. Let's see if they can get things back on track.
And this is where the coach is walking that line of being calm and really being firm with his team. I had one tell me once, when we were having a tough patch, this too shall pass, this too shall pass, and if we kept having a rough patch, he said, but you got to do something to make it pass, and that's what they have to do. They've got to get some control back, get themselves reasserted, and calm things down.
See if they can get calm and reassert themselves here. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Back to throw here, Herbert. Out left, he's got it to Everett. And they'll get this down to around the 47-yard line. So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this second half. Here's 1st and 10. Play action this time for Justin Herbert. He's got his man. That's Everett, the tight end. Back-to-back receptions for him, and it's another 1st down.
Well, every drive from here out is definitely crucial and critical. They know that they need to get at least 3 here to get it back to a one-score game. But I can't imagine that in their huddle that they're thinking at all about getting a field goal. They want to get into the end zone.
And now here is another interception. Oh, no, he lost the football. Well, do you want to unpack that one, or do you want me to?
You're the boss.
We get the interception, then really he's just too loose with the football on the return, and he coughs it right back up the other way.
I've seen this happen in an NFL game, and boy, did it cost someone. San Francisco at Atlanta a few seasons ago. Atlanta throws the interception. San Francisco runs it back. Game is salted away. Fumbles on the return. Atlanta gets it back. Drives down, kicks the game-winning field goal.
How about that? And a crazy situation we just saw there. Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. And this is caught. He's got a touchdown. Gerald Everett, a 16-yard touchdown. And the Chargers have made it a one-score game again here in the 4th. Extra point good by Hopkins. And now things get a bit more interesting here in this 4th quarter. Following the touchdown, Dustin Hopkins will kick it away. They'll elect to bring it out here from the end zone. And he's going to be out of bounds. Here's the run back. We'll leave him shy of the 20-yard line.
The Broncos take over 1st and 10 at their own 18-yard line.
The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. Their lead back down to 1 score after the touchdown a moment ago. 1st down's a must on this drive as they start out here 1st and 10. And he'll get this up over the 25 to the 26. 62 yards rushing for him now in the ball game.
And I'm guessing you'd say this is kind of the key here. Grind out some yardage, work on that clock, see if you can continue to tick it down.
Definitely, you want to bleed things out at this point, right? Continue to possess the football, gain some yardage, and put the onus on the defense. Do they have to use timeouts? What are they going to do to stop you? You're taking charge.
And this one will go to the 28-yard line. 2 yards, good enough for a first.
Well, it is our business to analyze what we saw out there. And on that play, I saw a defense staying in base, not taking a chance, not blitzing in a situation where they absolutely need the football back. That's either a case of overthinking it or not thinking it through.
If you do blitz, do you have to be careful about where you're coming from, or are you just coming from all angles?
You have to be careful about where you're coming from, obviously. But at this stage, you have to take a few chances as well.
And he's going to have the hook up to Sutton. And they'll wind up getting this to the 37. Gain of 9.
When you see zone defense and you know you've got a drag route on as your primary call, you've got to be really careful as a passer about how far you let your guy go because he might wander into some tough coverage.
Looking to throw again on 2nd down. Wilson, open man, he completes it to Judy. A gain of 5, good enough for the first down.
Well, that should be a reminder defensively, and I think it's a reminder to myself because you just can't sell out to stop the run. There's still enough time that this offense can move the football through the air, even on first and second downs, and they obviously picked the right spot to throw the ball there.
On first and 10, it's Wilson. He completes this to Sutton. And they're able to work this across midfield to the 48.
These guys are running offense like you drive. The pedal is down, stomped down. How about that? Back-to-back completions. They are rolling.
So much for being conservative and running that football. If nothing else, they've already taken a couple minutes off the clock here already as they come up second down.
Bring up, bring up, bring up, bring up.
The busy night continues for Williams. And he'll take it down shy of the 45 at the 46. 2 yards, good enough for a first. How about this offensive line? They're really starting to establish themselves, take over this game.
And before the series began, I know exactly what was said in the defensive huddle. Guys, we got to get no less than a 3-and-out. Let's get off the field. Instead, they can't find any traction towards doing that. Right now, they're just getting muscled all over the field and getting pushed down it.
They stick to the ground game on first down. It's Williams. And he'll take this ahead for about 4. Second down coming up. And now, defensively, they're going to burn their first timeout. Remember, they get an extra time built in coming up here shortly at the 2-minute warning. Following the pickup of 4, here's second and 6. Again, it's Williams. And he's going to have to protect the football and take his lumps here at this stage of the game as they stop him behind the line. And now a timeout taken here defensively with 2:07 remaining. So they'll also have the stop coming up at the 2-minute warning. One of the bigger plays in the game thus far. The crowd getting into it as we come up on a big third down. Here's Wilson to throw. He'll drop this down to Williams. And he's going to have a first down on a gain of about 10, and that'll take us to the 2-minute warning. A 10-yard pickup, and it's enough for a Broncos first down. A give to Williams, right. And I think this defense knew what was coming as he is smothered behind the line. Great effort by Derwin James on the stop.
So when your team leading in the fourth quarter, you know you've got to run the football. They know you've got to run the football. Sometimes that means there's nowhere to run the football.
Second and 12, and you'd have to assume another all-out effort to stop the run is coming.
14.
Now carry number 20 of the game. Here's Williams. And this will go as a gain of 7 as he gets it to the 30-yard line. Chargers going to use their third and final timeout as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. They'll need 5 on this play to move the sticks. Wilson to throw. This is caught. Touchdown, Broncos. Cortland Sutton with his second TD of the game, his 6th on the year. And the Broncos will add to their fourth quarter lead.
Well, that was absolutely ideal for them, wasn't it? Trying to salt this game away. I think one of my kids just graduated in the amount of time they had the football. That was absolutely impressive.
Everybody wants those salt away the game drives. What makes them successful?
Well, when you're able to mix run-pass, when you're able to control the football and stay ahead of the chains, I'm using every cliche I know, but that's how you get it done because you're not taking negative plays, and that way you're able to run what you want to run when you get a chance to call it.
McManus's point after is good, and his guys will take a 10-point lead.
Chargers 21. Brendan McManus to kick off for Denver.
After the touchdown, here's McManus now to kick it away.
Fair catch made at the 25-yard line. The Chargers take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Charger drive about to get going. They might be thinking this is close to a lost cause here. Got to play it out. What do they need to do?
Well, they have a thought process in mind already, but they can't get ahead of themselves. They know that they need to score quickly.
Yep, 2-score game.
Onside kick and get the ball back and then score again, but they can't worry about the last 2 points. The only thing that matters is scoring quickly, then they'll take it from there.
So the offense a little antsy. The flag comes out and a 5-yard penalty. And that false start penalty certainly not helping their cause here. 2nd down and long. Herbert. They'll find Everett there, complete. And he's brought down. They took a big shot there. It pays off. A solid gain downfield. Defensively here, you've got the cushion, but back-to-back pretty big pass plays there. Bend but don't break, but are they bending too much?
I think that they are. To me, it'd be like playing basketball, and you put up a token press. Make sure you get up there and make them eat up some time. Make it a little bit of resistance so they can't just run it right down your throat.
He's going to let it fly. That's caught inside the 20. And he's going to be brought down at about the 16. What a performance. All those points put on the board. And, Charles, it wasn't just by the offense. The defense put some points on the board as well. They were solid today.
Yeah, it was a complete effort to secure the win, and both sides of the ball made big plays. But how demoralizing is it when the opposing defense can take one all the way back against you? And that was the case here. That really sparked them to victory.
So for the Broncos, they climb back to 500 now at 3 up and 3 down.
petty, don't matter. Far as that tatter, I pray to God they rattle tattle. Hey, what's a rapper? I started off that, now a better. I get capital. I help my people to get cheddar. I do business. Look here, stay out my business. I'm so iceberg slimish, stainless, not a blemish. I should've been in prison. No boy remorse, no cases pinned. I got the rolling flooded, soaking wet, but ain't been swimming. I'm the man now, ain't I? Work the plan now, can't I? I remember when you lame player, hated a player, now the same lame player. They call a player mayor. Say, what you talking that funky about my face, wearing that monkey. Not that might give you life advice. Get some money. It's the paper power pastor, burning rubber faster, down a call NASCAR. My solo, no sir, I am not a passer. I will not after any of you fever blistered. I'm the man now, ain't I? Work a plan now, can't I? I remember when you lame player, hated a player, now the same lame player. They call a player mayor. Say, what you talking that funky, about my face, wearing that monkey. Not that might give you life advice. Get some money. Get some money.